Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to another tutorial. Now today we'll be learning how to make this lovely 3D applique. You can choose to arrange it on your design one after the other, or you can make it in a flower form like this. Now this video will give you a guide as to cut any design, any shape you want. So kindly give me a like after watching this video. Thank you guys. So let's get started. These are the fabric I will be using. I have this organza lace, then I have organza itself. I have my gum. This is E8000. It's a multi-purpose gum. I got it for 1,500. Then I have our copper wire. I'm using this copper wire. This is 0.71 mm. Then I have this cup chain. I'm using this cup chain. Then scissors for cutting. Then I have our paper, pattern paper for drafting the shape we want to create. Then I'll be using this to cut the copper wire. I don't have a cutter, so I'll be using this scissors. So the first thing we'll be doing is to get the shape we are trying to create. Now you're going to draw a cycle this way. You draw another cycle like this. You draw a cycle like this. When you get to this part here, just blend it like this. Then on this side here, you're just going to curve it like this. So this is the shape we are trying to create. I'll be cutting this shape now. You take your lace, you're going to fold it into two this way. Now you take your organza, you fold your organza into two and you cut. So I have two organza. Now you place one organza will be down. Then this folded lace, we fold it into two. It's going to be on it like this. Then the other organza will now be on the lace. You will just use your pins to secure them down. After doing this, guys, you will now take your paper shape and you place it on it. So you use your biro to get the shape you're cutting out. Just trace it on it. So after tracing it like this, trace as many as possible, as many flower design you want. But I think I need just 5. Now you're giving it space. It's not close to each other. Guys, we have 6 already. Before we cut it, we are going to be sewing. So you sew on all this shape. You sew on it like this. You sew on it. So let me sew. Then I'll come and show you guys. I don't know if you can see it very well. This is what we sew. And when I sew it, I make sure this other straight part here, I did not sew that part, because that is where we'll be turning it out from. So I only sew like this, and like this. So you back stitch here and you also back stitch here, so it doesn't lose when you're trying to turn it from the inside. So I hope you can see. Now let's cut. So when you are cutting, you cut with little allowance, with like 0.25, so you don't cut through your thread. So the next thing we're doing is to turn it from this part we left open. You're going to turn it inside out. Now you can decide to use your loop turner if you have, but I don't have. I think I'll be using a broom. So you're going to take your broom and you push it like this. After turning it, now I'm going to iron it very well so it can lay flat. So let me do that after I finish ironing. So this is what we have. This design here like this is a 2D. We are trying to make it a 3D. A 3D is when you now insert this copper wire inside. So you're going to take the copper wire and you cut and you place it at the middle of the back. So when you place it, you're going to cut enough length because we'll be twisting it later. So you use that to cut the remaining copper wire for the remaining 5. Yeah, so after cutting, guys, now you just take one and you place it at the back, and you now take your gum. Yeah, so this is where the gum comes in. You take your gum and you put your gum at the middle of where you're going to place the copper wire. So you will now put your copper wire. That gum is very powerful, like it sticks. So you place your copper wire on the gum that way. Yeah, and you take the second one and you also do the same thing for the second one. And another thing is, because it is a lace, you're supposed to put the copper wire inside, but because there's a lace at the middle, so even when I use masking tape to seal the mouth of the copper wire, it's still not easy for me to pass through. So another way you can do this is to just put the copper wire at the back like that. So I'm taking the second one and I'm also repeating the same process as the first one. So use your gum and you take another copper wire and you place it at the middle. So you do that for the remaining 4 pieces. So this is me just doing that. So I hope you all understand. After this, guys, we are going to arrange them in that flower form that we are trying to create. So when you place them on, you'll be twisting it. So you start twisting them. When you place one on it, the remaining copper wire that is exposed, you twist it together. Yeah, so you take another one, you place it, and you also twist the copper wire. We are trying to create one flower. Yeah, so you do that for everything. So you can see the way I am placing it and twisting it, so it is easy. Now the copper wire now gives you access to bend or twist your flower in any way you want. So guys, the next thing is now to insert our cup chain. So you take your cup chain and the copper wire at the back, you're going to cover your cup chain. You're going to cover it with your cup chain. So it is optional for you though if you want to cover it, but it is better you cover. But I am not covering it. I don't want to waste my cup chain. This is a tutorial, so you do that. Then after that, you now take your gum and you place your gum round the flower design, because we are going to be gumming the cup chain with it. So just watch what I do, watch how I am doing it. So you now place your cup chain on the gum. So once you place, it sticks. It sticks. If you don't have this gum, you can use your gum. Yeah, but this is better. This is better. So you gum it round like that, and after doing it, you cut it off. You cut the remaining one, and you repeat the same process for all the flowers. So that is me doing the second one. I'm doing the second one before I fast my video. Yeah, so that is it, guys. Putting the second one on it. After that, cut your chain. Repeat the process for all of them.